I mean, it's just if he say he don't like me, it's like fuck you. I mean, like, but I mean, like me personally, I don't know him. I don't know him personally. Though. I actually like the way he plays.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Terence Crawford are once again exchanging words after Crawford responded to Davis's remarks during his final press conference before his fight against Lamont Roach. When asked about Crawford's statement that he doesn't like him and the possibility of them becoming friends after their boxing careers end, Davis had this to say. Gervonta "Tank" Davis didn't hold back in his response to Terence Crawford, firing back with strong words. "What I got from this is that he's just a straight-up hater. You don't even know me as a person, but you say you don't like me. You don't know me, and I don't give a damn about him. Damn him and damn everybody with him." Davis, the proud Baltimore native, came at Crawford with even more intensity than Crawford had directed at him. Meanwhile, many in the boxing world believe that putting on 14 pounds to take on a tough Mexican fighter, one known for having one of the best chins in the sport, could be a challenge even for someone with Crawford's exceptional skill set. However, the American remains undeterred and has successfully secured the fight, set to take place this September in Las Vegas.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. You don't know me.
In an interview with Fight Hype about the highly anticipated matchup, Terence "Bud" Crawford emphasized that his motivation was rooted in pushing his limits and making history. "I want to challenge myself. Canelo is a great fighter, an all-time great, one of the best to come out of Mexico. I consider myself one of the all-time greats, so why not? Why not put it to the test? History favors those who take big chances, and with big chances come big rewards. That's what I'm after," Crawford stated. However, during a recent media scrum while promoting his own world title defense against Lamont Roach Jr. this weekend, Gervonta "Tank" Davis wasn't convinced. He dismissed Crawford's reasoning, claiming that his real motivation was financial. "Crawford needs the money," Davis remarked.
And I don't give a fuck. Everybody too win. I mean, win.
Thank you for your proud father.
The knockout artist from Baltimore, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, briefly analyzed the fight before veering off into a tangent, hinting at potential foul play due to Terence Crawford's association with Victor Conte's snack nutrition program. "He definitely needs the money, I'm telling you. He's a good fighter, no doubt. I'd say smaller fighters are usually better than bigger fighters because they know how to move and all that. But didn't he get clipped by Yuriorkis Gamboa? How the hell is he looking this strong over the past year? He hasn't been getting rocked or anything. That's that snack stuff, I'm telling you. Y'all laugh."
If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you.
The knockout artist from Baltimore, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, briefly analyzed the fight before veering off into a tangent, hinting at potential foul play due to Terence Crawford's association with Victor Conte's snack nutrition program. "He definitely needs the money, I'm telling you. He's a good fighter, no doubt. I'd say smaller fighters are usually better than bigger fighters because they know how to move and all that. But didn't he get clipped by Yuriorkis Gamboa? How the hell is he looking this strong over the past year? He hasn't been getting rocked or anything. That's that snack stuff, I'm telling you. Y'all laugh."
Terence Crawford, Canelo situation. Do you think that's a fight where the nigga get to a weight that makes sense? Do you think that the weight would affect Terence Crawford?
I mean, Canelo's the king. Whatever he say, you know, but
Canelo is the king. It's a great fight, and I'd love to see how it plays out. "Canelo has been making smart moves for his career," Davis said. Meanwhile, Ford weighed in on Crawford's performance in his last bout, where he moved up to 154 lbs to defeat Israel Madrimov, but couldn't secure the stoppage. It was his first fight at that weight, so you can't say he didn't carry his power up. He just had to make adjustments. It's like when fighters move up in weight, it all comes down to adapting. I hope Terence Crawford gets another fight at that weight so he can prove to the world that the power is still there. If it's not, then we can start asking questions.
I like the fight, the outcome of it, you know. And then watching Canelo been making some good moves, as far as fights and whatnot, So
Ford wrapped up his thoughts by explaining why he believes Crawford is pursuing a fight with Canelo. Terence is a bad boy. He's moving up because he wants this fight. He's not getting any younger, and he's doing everything necessary to cement his legacy. Crawford, who recently stated in an interview that he dislikes Davis on a personal level, will likely have a response in the coming days. The 37-year-old from Omaha, Nebraska, has accomplished more than most fighters could ever dream of since making his professional debut in March 2008. His achievements include winning world titles across 4 weight divisions and becoming the undisputed champion at both super lightweight and welterweight. Now, as he gears up for a blockbuster showdown against Mexican superstar Saul Canelo Alvarez later this year, Crawford has also taken aim at a reigning world champion whom he claims is arrogant, sending a clear message to his fellow fighter.
Ain't this one of these little ignorant little dudes using what he got. He got a lot of security.
On the Cigar Talk podcast, Terence Crawford opened up about his feelings toward WBA lightweight champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis, admitting he has no fondness for the 30-year-old from Baltimore. "I just really don't like that dude. I really don't like him. I don't like anything about him," Crawford said. "I just feel like he's one of those arrogant little dudes who uses what he has as a shield. He's always surrounded by security guards and he knows he's in the limelight. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that." When asked if he at least respects Davis as a fighter, Crawford acknowledged his abilities. Yeah, he's a damn good fighter. I respect him in the ring. He's got skills, power, and tremendous boxing ability. But as for his personality, and the way he carries himself? Nah. A potential clash between the two American stars seems unlikely anytime soon, due to the significant weight gap between them. Crawford's last fight was at 154 lbs last August, and his upcoming showdown with Canelo Alvarez is set to take place at 168 lbs. Meanwhile, Davis has built his career at lightweight, where he remains undefeated at 30-0 and has proven to be an unsolvable puzzle for his opponents. As the reigning WBA lightweight champion, he holds a key title in a stacked division that is eager for unification bouts.
He is a limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations, he wouldn't.
do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
His core personality and his ways.
Vasyl Lomachenko currently holds the IBF title, while Shakur Stevenson reigns as the WBC champion. Meanwhile, Keyshawn Davis recently claimed the WBO belt in spectacular fashion, delivering a devastating body shot knockout against Dennis Berrick on Valentine's Day. Terence Crawford was in attendance to watch his training partner Davis secure the victory, and later shared his thoughts with Fight Hype. In the immediate aftermath, Crawford expressed doubts about Gervonta "Tank" Davis's chances against either Keyshawn or Shakur. "Tank knows what's up. He knows what he's up against," Crawford said. "If he's going to fight Shakur or Keyshawn, he wants to face guys that the whole world knows won't truly challenge him. They aren't mentally there. They might have some skill, but mentality-wise, they won't be able to sustain it for an entire fight. But those two, Shakur and Keyshawn, are the ones who will hand him his first loss."
What champ? Come on, man. Tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at. All right, I'll welcome.
Let's be real. Gervonta "Tank" Davis's record speaks for itself. With 30 wins and 28 knockouts, he's built a reputation as a relentless finisher, taking out top names like Ryan Garcia and Frank Martin. But Lamont Roach isn't concerned. With statistics, he's focused on neutralizing Davis's strengths, one punch and one mental edge at a time. Roach understands that Davis thrives on breaking his opponents mentally before delivering the knockout blow. This time, he plans to flip the script, staying composed under pressure and sticking to his own game plan rather than simply reacting to Davis's every move. His motivation for this fight is clear: legacy and life-changing opportunity. "The biggest motivation for this fight is proving that I'm truly one of the best fighters in the world," Roach said.
It'd be like, I don't know, it'd be little clips like you see how like man him was talking and then somebody else talked like in his crew. That's what get me up. Like that's what make me like I always want to prove to somebody that I'm like they.
And after I win, my life and my family's lives will change drastically for the better. It's a simple yet powerful statement. Lamont Roach isn't just fighting for himself, he's fighting for his family, his city, and the respect he believes has long been denied to him. He understands that a victory over Gervonta "Tank" Davis wouldn't just be another win, it would redefine his career, elevating him from a solid champion to a household name. In training camp, Roach has been pushing himself harder than ever. His sparring partners have been carefully selected to replicate Davis's style as closely as possible, throwing everything at him: speed, power, and relentless aggression. But Roach has been holding his own. The focus has been on movement, defense, and keeping the fight in the center of the ring. He knows that standing still against Davis is a recipe for disaster, so he's training to stay elusive while still landing sharp counters. A key figure in his preparation has been his father, Lamont Roach Sr., who has played a crucial role in keeping him mentally locked in. A no-nonsense trainer, Roach Sr. doesn't allow outside noise to infiltrate their camp. Every session is about preparation and improvement, not about what the media or fans are saying. It's all about staying grounded and executing the game plan. Psychologically, Roach understands that he has to be in Davis's face from the opening bell. Davis thrives when his opponents show fear or hesitation, but Roach refuses to give him that satisfaction.
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
The strategy is simple. Stay calm, stay sharp, and make it clear to Gervonta "Tank" Davis that intimidation won't be a factor. If Lamont Roach can execute that game plan, he has a real chance of breaking through the psychological barriers that Davis usually imposes on his opponents. Meanwhile, Davis has been creating a whirlwind of confusion with his unpredictable actions. Over the past few months, the Baltimore native has made a series of puzzling statements about his career, leaving fans uncertain about his next moves. The chaos began on Christmas Eve when Davis dropped a shocking announcement out of nowhere, claiming that his highly anticipated fight with Roach was canceled. There was no explanation, no clarification, just a cryptic social media post that left the boxing world in disbelief.
The mental preparation going to this fight with Lamont. Fans, they kind of sleeping on Lamont, but you know Lamont's fighting style. Y'all fought.
Yeah, people don't know him, but Lamont is a good fighter. Like he ain't no slouch. Like I put him in the amateurs. Like
fans immediately jumped to conclusions, speculating that this might be yet another one of Tank's infamous meltdowns. While Davis has always been unpredictable with his statements, this time felt different. The timing was strange, and with no confirmation from his team or anyone else, it seemed like he was once again throwing a wrench into his own plans. But just when it looked like the fight might slip away, Lamont Roach and his father, Lamont Roach Sr., stepped in to set the record straight. They quickly issued statements reassuring fans that the fight was still on as scheduled. The situation could have easily spiraled into chaos, but both fighters kept their focus on the task at hand. Despite the brief confusion, the momentum never wavered. Now, Roach and Davis are fully locked in for their highly anticipated showdown on March 1st, 2025 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
The rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight right.
Roach, like everyone else, was caught off guard when rumors of the fight's cancellation began circulating. While fans on social media panicked, he refused to get caught up in the drama. During a recent Q&A session on his YouTube channel, Roach addressed the situation with his usual calm demeanor. A fan directly asked, "Why did people say the fight was canceled or that you pulled out?" Roach simply smiled, acknowledging the question before sharing his perspective. "Gervonta Davis is like a wild card," Roach said. "You never know what he's going to do next." The 29-year-old Washington native admitted that Davis's unpredictability is something he has learned to navigate over the years. But rather than being thrown off by the rumors or confusion, Roach has mastered the art of staying focused on what he can control.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's going to go. Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's going to download the data. Then he's going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he's going to do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plants White, and say, who do you want next? And Tank's going to say, I want all those guys. And they're going to go to the press conference.
Roach isn't about to let any of Davis's eccentricities throw him off course. By now, he understands that Tank operates on his own terms. His decisions, whether it's an emotional tweet or a cryptic post, don't always make sense from the outside. Davis thrives on keeping people guessing, but Roach isn't concerned with the mental gymnastics Tank puts the boxing world through. For Roach, it's business as usual. He has a fight to prepare for, and nothing will distract him from that goal. He knows that the mental aspect of boxing is just as crucial as the physical, and he's staying mentally sharp for the biggest challenge of his career. I don't let that stuff affect me, Roach said, making it clear that he refuses to get caught up in the drama or the rumors. Instead, he's channeling all his energy into preparing for what could be the fight of his life. A victory over Davis would change everything, his career, his life, and his legacy. But for now, Roach is keeping his eyes on the prize, letting the outside noise fade into the
able to solve Tank Davis. What do you need, Davis? What do you need to do together with you and your team and obviously your son to score that victory?
We got a game plan. We're going to execute it, and we're going to get the move off his feet.
Move ahead, Bob and Wade.
The countdown to their Brooklyn showdown continues, and Roach remains as focused as ever. His training camp is in full swing, and he's approaching his preparation for Davis with complete professionalism. Meanwhile, Tank is looking sharp and ready, already close to his fighting weight, a stark contrast to some fighters, like Gervonta Davis, who tend to carry extra pounds during camp. Keyshawn often appears more like a welterweight before cutting, down to 135 lbs. But Tank doesn't rely on drastic weight cuts to gain an edge. He's a natural lightweight, not someone trying to manipulate the scales at the last minute. Instead, he stays lean and prepared, ensuring he's in peak condition when fight night arrives.
Gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's his name? He was shaking on the
Thank everybody that played a part in it. My team, Roberto Diaz, Gary Jonas.
all my kids he was shaking on that. All my kids he was shaking. How you gonna say it's cap? And it gotta be gonna say it's cap.
Tank's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, has been noticeably absent lately, sparking speculation that the two may have parted ways. Ford has been a key figure in Davis's career for years, so his disappearance hasn't gone unnoticed by fans and insiders alike. Leonard Ellerby, someone who knows Davis well, recently addressed the situation during a discussion on The Laboratory with Plaz. He also reflected on Tank's recent statement about retiring after 3 more fights, saying he understood the reasoning behind it. I can understand where he's coming from. Things are different when you have kids. It changes your life. It completely changes your life, Ellerby said.
My whole family's from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. You hear me?
Bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's
be
his name? He was shaking on the
Pops.
on the what? Kids. He was.
Ellerby also noted that Tank's perspective has shifted over the years. He sees things differently than he did 6 or 7 years ago. If he says he's retiring, then that's what it is. We all heard him, he said. He acknowledged the frustration that can come with never feeling like you've done enough, no matter how much you accomplish. The pressure from fans and the constant demand for more fights can take a toll. There's more to life than just what you do for a living, Ellerby added. You respect the fans who pay to see you fight, but at the end of the day, you have a life outside of boxing. Fans want you to keep going, but they don't always think about what happens to you after it's all over.
What? Who said that?
What?
Who said that? You said what? You said what? Yeah, that's why I've been waiting for the niggas to talk. How much you want back? How much you want it back? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back? How much you want back? Just call it out. Huh? 100? That's up to back.
Tank's future may be bright, but it's also filled with hungry challengers. Fighters like Andy Cruz, Edwin de los Santos, and Gervonta Davis are all chasing him, and there's no doubt Tank feels the pressure. These aren't easy fights. He knows that. Even if he's confident in his ability to win, he also understands that these matchups will be grueling wars. At this stage of his career, he may not be eager to endure the extreme effort and sacrifice required for such high-stakes battles. Ellerby also weighed in on the brutal nature of boxing and how it takes a toll on a fighter's long-term well-being.
People who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'm gonna beat his ass.
He can't do shit, boy.
For real. So y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all quiet. If y'all
He got the other one over there.
Like, twist it up. I don't give a fuck.
Boxing is a brutal sport, Ellerby explained. We've seen so many fighters in the past get taken advantage of in different ways. They've endured serious health issues, some permanent. I understand the philosophy that you come into the sport, make your mark, and then walk away. Everyone has their own opinions and different goals in life. With Davis's retirement announcement looming over everything, the big question remains. Will it actually be permanent? Ellerby hinted that Tank may not be done for good. Given his popularity and the kind of money he can draw, a return isn't out of the question. If the right offer comes along in 6 to 12 months, it wouldn't be surprising to see him back in the ring, Ellerby noted. A massive payday, especially against a high-profile opponent, could be enough to lure Davis out of retirement and back into the spotlight.
He's when he fought Frank Martin. Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
What's your other game like?
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
Boxing Champions recently released a behind-the-scenes look at Davis's fight preparations, titled Gloves Off. In it, Davis opens up about his biggest motivation, his fear of losing. I just don't want to look bad come fight night. My biggest fear is being embarrassed, especially in front of all these people worldwide. Then you become a meme. I don't have time for that. I'm not trying to go out there and get my butt kicked. I don't want to be embarrassed. It's a revealing insight into one of the most dangerous boxers in the sport. While many assume fighters are fearless, for Davis, it's the fear of humiliation that fuels his relentless drive for greatness.
He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, but this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that would just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky. Yeah.
Tyson makes a valid point. Crawford faced one of his toughest challenges yet against a determined, undefeated opponent before their encounter. Despite standing at 5'8", taller than Canelo, Crawford's wiry frame means he would likely sacrifice mass and strength to compete in heavier weight divisions. Still, he remains confident in his ability to adapt, trusting that he knows what's best for his body. For the latest updates on boxing news, moments, and events, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our quality content. Until next time, peace out.